Welcome back everyone to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, I'm making a vegan gluten-free chocolate cake. It's going to be super divine, super moist, have the perfect level of sweetness, and I'm really excited to get started on this. This recipe is perfect if you have friends or family with celiac disease or gluten sensitivities, whether or not you're hosting a party or want to surprise everyone and bring this delicious dessert to a party. I'm really excited to get started on this recipe and of course try it in the end. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! Or baking. We're using Bob's Red Mill gluten-free all-purpose flour. We'll be using 1 cup plus a 3/4 cups worth. Scrape off the measuring cups for a more accurate measurement. We'll sift the flour through the sieve. Although this gluten-free flour does contain xanthan gum, I'm adding a touch more because I find it helpful. I'm just adding a half a teaspoon. I'm adding a 3/4 cups worth of our organic cocoa. Sifting it through our sieve. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of baking soda, and I'm adding 1 cup of organic raw sugar. Add 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt or salt of your choice. Make sure your oven is preheated to 350. And I'm brewing some coffee. Over here in this separate bowl, I'm getting 2 tablespoons of Bob's Red Mill egg replacer. It's vegan and gluten-free. And we'll be using a cup of unsweetened coconut milk. And I'm using a teaspoon of pure concentrated vanilla extract. Now we're pouring our coconut milk mixture into our egg replacer. Whisk it in. And I'm adding a 1/4 cup's worth of water to account for the egg replacer. And I'm whisking in a half a cup's worth of grapeseed oil. We'll be using a cup's worth of our brewed coffee. Allow it to cool a little. We have 2 8-inch springform pans. I'm just coating them with some grapeseed oil. Back over to our dry ingredients, I'm just incorporating them evenly. Once they're all mixed up, we'll gradually pour in our liquid. Now we'll pour in our cup of coffee. It doesn't have to be fully room temperature as long as it's not scalding hot. To make things extra chocolatey, I decided to add a 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Just fold them in. Remember to scrape down those sides. Now we're ready to distribute our cake batter evenly into our springform pans. Feel free to go back and forth between the two to ensure even distribution. Smooth out the batter so it's even. Now we're going to pop our springform pans in the oven 35 to 40 minutes. And for me, these took 40 minutes. We'll allow these to cool in the springform pans for 20 minutes. Once the 20 minutes is up, run a knife along the edges. And we'll allow these to cool outside of the springform pans for an additional 20 minutes. Gluten-free baking can be quite a challenge, especially if you're going about it for the very first time. The common challenges that arise is avoiding too much of a crumbly cake, too much of a dry, hard cake, and also sometimes people are a little bit heavy-handed on the xanthan gum as well. But it's all about experimenting and seeing what works. What I like to do is look at the various recipes first and analyze them and go from there. Sugar allows for the cake to be moist. I think it was just the perfect amount of sugar, has a perfect amount of sweetness without making it taste like bread or anything like that. If you have any experience with gluten-free baking, feel free to share what your fails and what your wins were in the kitchen. Once the cake is cooled, you can move on to the icing. We'll be using 1 cup of our organic cocoa, 1 cup of our softened earth balance, and 1/4 cup of our unsweetened coconut milk. And we'll be using 3 cups of our organic icing sugar. I'm also going to be using our silk dairy-free whipping cream. I'm going to be using 1/4 cup's worth of this, so we'll just pour it in with our coconut milk. Let it reach the 1/2 cup mark. In our washed out bowl, we're adding the cocoa. All of the icing sugar here. And whisking the dry ingredients before adding in our wet ingredients. Into our non-dairy milk mixture, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of our concentrated vanilla extract. Now we'll pour in our non-dairy milk mixture into our icing sugar mixture and our softened earth balance. Incorporate it evenly and mix it until it's very smooth. I decided to add 2 more tablespoons of our vegan whipping cream. If you want your icing to be thicker, feel free to add more icing sugar. Really go at it until you get all the lumpiness out. Of course, this is more of a challenge by hand, but you get a workout. Now it's time to assemble our cake and ice it. I have one of our cake rounds here. I'm adding icing on top and smoothing it out. I'm adding the other cake round on top. And go ahead and ice it. And then go ahead and ice the sides. Try to make sure it's all even. And you're welcome to decorate it how you wish. I'm using Nature's Candy, some raspberries, but you can do what you would like. Now it's time to serve it and try it. It's that time again, everyone. I get to try our delicious vegan gluten-free chocolate cake. And it's looking pretty moist. It's very fudgy. It's nice, chocolatey, and decadent. It's moist, it's not dry at all. Has a nice spring to it. The icing is perfect, and it's a perfect level of sweetness as well. There's a rule of thumb when you reduce sugar in cake, you don't want to go too far down all at once. They say generally you have to go down by 10% and then 15% and then 20% and see how it goes. It is quite risky to reduce the amount of sugar as I did, but I trusted my instinct and it was correct. It's a perfect level of sweetness. And I really love this icing too. Now the icing obviously has a lot more sugar in it, so you can forego the icing if you want. You can just make one big cake. You don't have to make a separate cake. Then you can just dust a little icing sugar on. It's up to you, of course. So there you have it, everyone, another delicious recipe to add to your recipe booklets. And remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's gonna be a new video popping up every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern, so you don't wanna miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.